All right, this will just be a quick overview of my app, CooksCabinet. It's an AI-powered recipe generator. Um, this app leverages AI to generate recipes based off of images of ingredients. The user can take a picture of ingredients they have on hand or upload an image, and the app will then create a recipe based on those ingredients. The app also allows users to edit, organize, and save their favorite recipes for future use. The purpose of this app is to improve my skills with Swift and iOS development, explore image processing techniques. Um, this project focuses on implementing AI-powered ingredient recognition, UI state management, and data persistence. To use this app, you just open it up, take a picture, or upload an image. The app will then analyze the image, generate a recipe, and then you can view, edit, and delete recipes as needed. So I developed this using Xcode and Swift. I used Swift UI and UI Kit, as well as Swift Data for persistent storage. There's just a couple of useful websites. Some future work that I'd like to add. I'd like to add dietary restriction options to the recipe generation to allow users to select if they're keto, gluten-free, have allergies, dislikes, etc. Implementing a full recipe editing. Right now, the user can edit the image and the title, but I don't allow them to edit the description, ingredients, or instructions, so implement that further. I'd like to add social media elements, such as allow users to follow and view recipes from other creators, create cookbooks that allow users to, save recipes they want to use, and then also add recipe rating system, add comments, integrate shopping list generation, so be able to generate a shopping list based off of a cookbook, so a bunch of your saved recipes. And then integrate online shopping, grocery ordering, so that you can just send that grocery list to like a Walmart online ordering and just pick that up a couple hours later. Add tagging system for better organization, implement cloud syncing so that you can use it across multiple devices, enhance UI with animations, meta transitions, and then expand the AI capabilities such as suggesting alternative recipes and ingredients or nutritional information for the recipes. We'll take a quick look at my code. Bigger. So we'll just start off with the recipe list view. So this is just our main screen. This will be a list of all of our ingredients that are saved. So first it's going to fetch all of our ingredients and sort them or all of our recipes, sort them alphabetically. And then we go through and essentially just create the list of recipes through here. We'll be displaying the image, the title, the description, things like that. And then we'll have a toolbar with an add symbol. So then we'll look at each recipe view. So this is what each recipe will look like when you click on it from that initial list. So this just essentially just goes through and creates that UI and those UI elements. We'll look at the recipe model. So this is just what each recipe consists of. It's data. So we've got data, ingredients, instructions, description, and then an image here, which is based off of the data. It's a calculated variable. If there isn't an image, it's then later picked up by the constants, which we have just a placeholder image. So this is our model here. It has an extension which just sets it up to be previewed pretty much. All right, so then we'll go over to this AI brain. So this is where we handle the image generation. Well, we'll look at this first. So we have our update form. So this goes through and creates a page where if the user is editing an image, so if they're updating, then it's going to create an editable text field for the recipe title, and as well as an option to remove the existing image, choose a new image, or if it's creating a new recipe, then it's going to look a little bit different, this form. So it'll create the option to take a picture or upload an image, and then we'll have the option to generate the recipe once they've chosen an image. So once they've chosen an image, this button will be created, and it'll basically take that information, that image, and it will send it to our AI brain, which will then process it. So we have our different request structures just to make sure that they're decodable from sending it to OpenAI's API or receiving them back. So we just have a couple different structures so that we could decode and encode as we need. But we'll look at our actual class. So this one is the generate recipe. There's a little string that I pass just in case I want to update it in the future to include the dietary restrictions. I'm leaving that request string here. Right now, all it says is create a recipe based off of the ingredients in this image. So eventually there will be an option to add that conforms to keto or is gluten-free, etc. But right now we're just leaving it like this. So we're still going to be passing that in, and then we're passing in the data, which contains the image. We'll then check for the API key. If it doesn't work, we'll let them know. We then convert the image into a base 64 encoded string, and we turn that into a data URL because when we pass in the image to OpenAI, they want the image URL. They don't just want you to pass in the image data. So we convert it to a URL that they can use. We then create the response or the body of our request by plugging it into those structures that we have. Then perform it, and we're going to decode the message and handle that. We then pass it back to our form, which assigns it which assigns the information. Sorry, my mind's blanking. We'll then generate an image based off of that recipe. So we use the title, description, and ingredients. We'll then process that data, and assuming we get a response, we'll then download the image, and then we'll create and save the new recipe and dismiss this screen. So we'll go back to the main list of recipes, and you can see the new recipe from there. We then have a couple things down here in the toolbar. This is for if the person is updating their recipe. This button will appear in the toolbar to let them save or update the recipe. If you're creating a new one, it doesn't show up. This is the model for that. Just has a couple variables and things so that we can check if it's updating or not. We then have a couple files over here. So this file right here, camera permission, this essentially is just checking if the user has given permission to access their camera. So it checks that. If they haven't, then we're going to send back an error message and recovery suggestions, so how they can remedy the issue. We have a constants file. This one really doesn't have all that much, but it does have a placeholder image. So if for some reason a recipe doesn't have an image, it'll just be filled in with this system image, which is photo.fill, which is just it kind of looks like a picture. We then have the image picker. This one allows the user to access their photo library and pick and upload an image. So it just handles that process. And then we have UI kit camera. This one just allows the user to access their actual camera. So rather than demo it here because I need access to my camera for this app, so the simulator won't work, I screen recorded a video. So we're just going to go ahead and we'll watch that, and I'll kind of talk through as it goes. So we're going to open up the app that we've downloaded to our device. As we can see, there's already a couple images, but we're going to choose one with a camera here. Going to take a picture of my ingredients. Going to hit generate recipe. And this takes a minute. So it disables the button, the generate recipe button, while it's processing. And then this page will actually just get dismissed if we have a successful recipe generation. So it takes a little bit of time for the, what's it called? the recipe generation and then the image generation, but we can see it was successful. We can view our recipe here. So we see it needs those ingredients, instructions, and then we'll create one based off of a photo we upload. So this one's just an apple and a lime. And then we'll hit generate recipe. Takes another second. It's not super fast. I'd like to also implement a loader, something to indicate to the user that the phone isn't frozen. It's still processing the request, but I haven't done that yet. So that'll be another update in the future. All right, then we can see we have our apple lime salad. You can see the different ingredients here. Then from here, we're gonna delete a recipe, and we're gonna close out of the app and open it back up, and you can see that the recipe is still gone because we have persistent storage. Then we're gonna update this recipe title, so we're just gonna add test to the end here. We're gonna click update to save those changes, and then we're gonna exit out of the app, close it out, open it back up, and the recipe still has test at the end because of that persistent storage that we've implemented. And yeah, that's Cook's Cabinet on my mobile app. I hope you enjoy it. I had fun building it.